Hi! Today we're going to be talking about La Primavera, which is a painting by Sandro Botticelli. The title La Primavera is an allegory which means spring in Italian. So Sandro Botticelli was an Italian painter from the city of Florence. He was one of the most esteemed artists at the time and was a front-runner in the Renaissance movement. The painting was commissioned by Lorenzo de' Medici, who is also known as Lorenzo the Magnificent, and he was an Italian statesman from one of the wealthiest families in Italy. He was a big patron of the arts and wanted Florence to remain one of the biggest and most influential cities in Italy. So to make sure that Florence stayed one of the most influential cities, he commissioned a lot of artwork, especially from Sandro Botticelli, so that they appeared to be intellectual. And Botticelli did multiple paintings for the Medicis, including another famous one known as The Chase, which I'll mention later on in the presentation. This painting in particular was commissioned to be a wedding gift for his nephew, Lorenzo de Pier Francesco de' Medici. And his nephew was marrying a woman from another rival family for political reasons. The painting is very large and measures 10 feet wide and has 3-inch thick panels. It shows 9 figures from classical Greek mythology that are surrounded by hundreds of different flowers. At the center is Venus, who was the goddess of love, and above her was Cupid. On the right is Zephyr, the god of the west wind, who is chasing the nymph Chloris, who is associated with flowers and spring. Zephyr is thought to be raping Chloris and turns her into the pregnant Flora standing next to her, the goddess of spring. On the left side, we see the 3 Graces, who are a group of nymphs meant to represent femininity without being sexual. And this was very controversial. A lot of people didn't like that. They showed all that skin, but they still weren't sexual beings. And Mercury, who was thought to be modeled after Lorenzo. The painting itself was extremely controversial because it was not religious, and many people refused to see the painting because they didn't agree with the grounds on which it was created. The painting hangs in the Uffizi Gallery, which is an art museum located in Florence. The painting hangs in multiple rooms from 10 to 14, and it was founded in 1581, and originally it was not meant to be an art museum, but instead a home for administrative and legal offices. And on the bottom of the slide on the left, you can see what the outside of the museum looks like, and on the right, you can see how large the painting is compared to the other paintings next to it. The painting was created between 1477 and 1482. It was hung in the Medici family's homes until they eventually all passed away, and after that it ended up in storage for over 100 years. Time with the Medici family, combined with the time in storage, meant that the painting was out of the public's view for 500 years. Lorenzo's nephew was in an arranged marriage with a young girl from a rival family. The two did not know each other, and they were married without being in love, which was very common at the time. Lorenzo wanted to send the two a message and make sure that they knew he was in control and they did not hold the power to overtake him. He wanted to show the new wife that she had no choice but to bring another male to bring the family more power. The couple hung the painting in their bedroom to show their budding romance growing between them. And this was very different than what most people did. Most people would have hung it in the hallway to show everyone when they came in, but these 2 individuals wanted to keep it something sacred between them. The painting was made using egg tempera, which is a kind of paint that's made of egg yolk. The tempera was used to show transparency and was very popular at the time. To clean the painting, saliva was used to remove all dirt and grime. This technique is still being used today on the painting to keep it in pristine condition. So here are 3 other paintings by Botticelli that were around the same time as when he made La Primavera. And The Chase, which you can see on the right, is actually one of 4 panels, and the 4th panel is currently in private collection and has never been seen by the public. In conclusion, I feel this painting, along with all of the other Renaissance pieces, are a representation of a unique moment in history. They show the stories behind the families in them and share stories of love and power. The artists were able to capture these feelings in a way that makes them beautiful pieces that we will never forget. On the bottom of my screen, I put a picture of Medici, but many people say that Botticelli painted him to be a lot more handsome than he actually was, per Medici's request.